Okay, welcome back to Create VR. Now, I'm basically going to talk about the other things you can do in Create. If you haven't already, I know we should have covered this on the very first tutorial, but we didn't. Basically, you can go into story mode and you can read about what Create VR is about. Basically, this entire experience is based on this narrative that humans have progressed so technologically advanced and so much that they've kind of transcended, found ways to, exceed the limits of their physical bodies, becoming gods or entities, like spiritual entities in this realm. And that is why, but along the way, they sort of sacrifice a lot of things to get there, which usually is what happens when you want to achieve something great. So now they have to restart building the world from scratch, but as gods this time. Now, if you haven't already seen this, you can go into the credits to see the team that is involved. We actually have 18 people total, 18 to 20 people working on the project from Seyenapse as well as Explored together as a team, which is pretty cool because we met one of the lead developers and I met at the GDC, and of course you can go back to the story, and I'm just gonna go hit play. Now, if you haven't already figured it out, the other things that you can do in Create VR is essentially visit other people's worlds that are within your vicinity. At this point, you can see, some people have their objects. You don't know who the planet belongs to, which we did receive a good feedback on our Facebook group. So if you have downloaded this game and you want to give us feedback to tell us how to improve it or to add more things, do that on our Facebook group. It's called Create VR, or just Create, and you can basically just find that through our actual company Facebook group called Seyenapse. Now, this is just somebody else's planet. I'm gonna go back to space and I'm gonna visit somewhere else, maybe this world. So as you can see, these are just the other things that you can do in Create VR to basically check out other planets. Now, there are additional features that is locked at this point because of the beta mode. But if you are very keen, again, you can post the comments. Now, this is just the space exploration level. If we go into our planet now, you can always get a new planet if you want, but we don't have that feature. I'm gonna basically talk about future plans for Create, as well as our current development process and progress, So, at this point, Create VR is really just limited to the mobile Gear VR. Again, we are launching on Oculus Desktop soon. I know I've said that multiple times. We are actually very close to that launch. It's just the review process and stuff like that, and it takes time to kind of make something that's going to be approved by the Oculus/Facebook team. Now, the future plans for this is essentially that we want to actually make this into a very interactive and dynamic, self-sustaining world. We're not going to go into the technical details of how that's going to be accomplished, or as well as any other details about what that actually entails, but basically we want it to be like an actual living ecosystem that you can actually live in. Sounds crazy, but you know what? I'm crazy. So this is what I'm talking about. So for example, if you wish your life were totally different, if you wish you had like a pet dog, but you don't have the money to get it, you can actually create that in this virtual living ecosystem. That is the ultimate goal. I don't know if that appeals to anyone, but it definitely appeals to me, and I want to make that happen. So that is the future plan for Create VR. At this point, for our development progress, we're basically just fixing all the bugs that some of you guys mentioned. For example, the no delete button, the reset button, stuff like that. Getting it on Oculus Rift. We might also be getting this on a non-VR version, but we're not actually at the point of proper discussion for that at this point. So that's really about it for Create VR. So yeah. So this is a pretty cool environment. Can you imagine if you're in VR right now, just looking at this and enjoying the sounds of insects? As mentioned, you can always bring out the sound button and just adjust or choose your music and play that instead. But yes, that's really about it. Yeah, again, we have limited elements here in this Create VR beta version. But assuming that things go well and fantastically, and usually it doesn't because it is startup life, then we'll actually be able to implement more of this. So if you want us to continue, then please show your support and basically join our Facebook page, or give us feedback. We need that. We really need that in order to see the benefit and the need to continue and progress with adding more features or reducing features or simply just making some changes and enhancing your overall experience. So yeah, so hopefully that shed some light. Now I'm gonna basically talk about the other things that you can do in Create VR right now at this point. Now, if you haven't already figured it out, if you're on a Gear VR, you can actually do a video recording of your environment. So if you experience a problem, or if you want to share your world and do your own little time lapse, you can actually do a video recording of your game screen. You can also do a snapshot. Now, I believe you can actually Google this and find online how to do a in-game snapshot of your Create VR of any VR experience, and you can do that. So, yes. Now, let's see, besides discovering new elements and putting them and kind of scaling them around, the gamification, I was like, oh, okay, sorry, that's just me being a human, I'm not a robot after all. So the gamification process is quite simple. It's really just actually creating weird, interesting, scientific, or sometimes bizarre combinations to create new elements. So, yes. For example, fire plus water, steam, and all that kind of stuff. Eventually, once we have the opportunity, we will be implementing a shop. You can sell things, trade things, stuff like that. Have a competition, compete against other planets. But really, this is just the bare bones of what you can do right now. So yes, really, that's actually really about what I'm gonna say. I'm just really enjoying myself in my nicely created world. I might continue putting stuff, but you know, I don't want to accidentally move something over here because it is really nice. I could remove the ocean, and those insects are kind of getting in the way. But anyway, hopefully that was somewhat insightful, and that you know our bigger picture and bigger goal and bigger ambition for what this is gonna be. Again, just to repeat myself, ultimately, we aim for this to be a living, self-sustaining environment, an ecosystem that actually is dynamic and, you know, livable. But until that day, I hope you guys enjoy what we have to offer so far. We really want to make this a possibility. So again, it would not be possible without you guys right now, for the fans, for the feedback that has been posted on the Facebook group. I really appreciate, by the way, the two of you, and you guys know who you are, that posted on Facebook. Thank you so much for your participation. It's a big shout out to you both, that we really appreciate the feedback. All those details, that was fantastic. And you know what? Who knows? Maybe the next version will be entirely based on you. We might even create an element in your name. So yeah. So anyway, okay, that's really about it. Hopefully you guys have a happy Friday. So enjoy creating what's on your mind.